Hey, Token. How's it going? Oh, what am I doing? I need to. It's alright. It's alright. It has a. It's an inferior Bethesda games in every possible department, but I don't mind it. I'm chilling basically. It's nice chill game. That's what I will say. What have you been up to?
In one instant, the stars are rearranged. We are here.
Ooh, high O2. Noise. A lot of reading. What have you been reading? Light novels?
Landing initiated. Watch for flaring.
What other games have you been playing? Or do you mean Factorio and Guild Wars? Played any RPGs?
Back, eh? How's it going?
As a reincarnated aristocrat.
Life faces some of the same sorts of challenges everywhere. I'm forever fascinated by the convergence of those solutions.
That seems entertaining. No, nice. Are there any games coming out that you're looking forward to? Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You have your hands full.
Ah, okay then. Now what?
I need to play Super Mario RPG someday. The weakest teamer begins a journey to pick up trash. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I kind of,
You know, I appreciate data collection. It's safe, it's smart, it's valuable.
that's how I know. I got reminded of it that I wanted to play it. Might be good as a like a feel good, funny, charming RPG sometime. Oh, remake of RPG, sorry. Yeah. The Thousand Year War at least got a remake. I don't know if the other ones are planned. Is it a Thousand Year War or a thousand? I don't even remember the name. It's alright. It's on the long growing list. Yeah, fair enough. I'll start with the remake anyways, whenever I get to it. I play things on a whim, so... What do you mean by the weakest tamer began a journey to pick a trash? What is he taming? Thousand Year Door. Yeah, fuck, okay. Not the war. That's how bad it is, yeah. Ah, I see. What's Fluffy Fluffy?
Did you say something?
What do you mean by Fluffy Fluffy scenes? Ah, right, yeah, literally. Yeah, fair enough. I thought so, but you have to double check these things with... Or it's probably just... I see. Have you read the Konosuba light novels? Are they good? Are they as entertaining? Yeah, especially with comedy, I suppose, it's really... Yeah. Visually, and if it's not visual, you know, it might be lost in translation, so... I've read comedy manga quite a bit, but I haven't read comedy light novels. Really, this little thing is... Could start the flawless widescreen. I need that for the FFP. I can imagine that'd be pretty good. Like the prison arcs, at least when in Japan, you know, anime and manga, at least they are fucking hilarious. I mean, Prison School is more of a It is kind of a school prison, but it's not a prison really. But stuff like the prison arcs in Gintama were amazing. And I imagine it'd be a similar concept where Gintama, the character goes in and they just dominate the prison's, you know, system, the hierarchy. So I assume with the villainess it'd be quite similar, right? She just uses her presence and leadership to just dominate. All good. Fair enough. Man. It's been a while, so, and my memory's pretty bad. What's your favorite light novel, Token? Okay, we'll do you one better. What's your favorite light novel that's not too long? I'm kind of burnt out of, not burnt out directly, but I'm not reading manga anymore at work. So I'll try reading a light novel. Also, this game makes me kind of want to go and play No Man's Sky. I didn't think I would like the, just wander around random planets, even though this is no gameplay, this is just meaningless, essentially. But I still like it, so I might enjoy No Man's Sky, is what I'm learning. Hang on, let me Google it. Prison life is easy for a... How do you get your light novels? Free trials. How much is it on Amazon? Let me have a look. 1171. $43. How do you get a free trial, dude? I can probably find it if I googled. Nia might have it, for all I know. Nia, yeah. Alright, I'll get it off Nia. I use Nia already. Biome complete, why am I here, dude? Alright, sweet. I'll read it
The
at work.
fragility and tenacity of life on any planet is truly astounding.
Basically,
At any moment, a calamity could happen. Consider the countless near-extinction events already escaped. Marvelous, isn't it?
Yes, Barra. Basically, at work during breaks, I kind of read manga. Because otherwise I just end up browsing literally nothing. But I'm a bit burnt out of reading One Piece. Because I'm trying to catch up and it's such a... it's not bad, it's just... It's a good series, but I'm not that drawn to it. I'll catch up eventually. But when I read it, or at least I've read a substantial amount, I'll let you know. I'll report back with a gamer review. Holy shit, what is that, dude? It's mount. Oh, Villainous. With you, I'm not finishing One Piece anytime soon. Whereas Villainous, light novels are not that big, so I can probably, at work breaks, I can get through it. I don't know. Shouldn't take long. They're pretty easy to read. It's not like it's got prose for which I'll need a dictionary. Oh my god. Hmm.
One down.
I was making my way to the life sign, wasn't I? Yeah. The bio incomplete corner.
Hey, I guess that was all.
Just up my alley. A racist author. You've already sold me, token. I didn't. Yeah. Give me an example. What do you think the author... I try to give authors benefit of doubt because I believe you can write racist things in your fiction without being a racist yourself, but there are no doubt some people that are genuinely a bit wild. Like a like made in Abyss, the world building in it is really good, but that author is a bit lolicon. He's a bit of a lolicon. And I haven't read the manga or seen the bad parts that people talk about. The suspicious parts. Then again, you know, that's a common thing in Japan, I suppose. Not common, but not unheard of. But yeah, elaborate. I wanna... What makes you think so? This one, the aristocrat, seems to view the anthem of the characters as predetermined growth. Is that racist though? Keep in mind, I fully don't understand what you're talking about, so give me the benefit of doubt there. It's not racism though, right? It's like to do with class-based hierarchies in societies, right? Societies with, you know, different classes, like the old school aristocrats or caste systems, for example, in some places. Like, it is discriminatory. I will not disagree with you there, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Now, fair enough. It is, yeah, 100% discriminatory, like, we agree on that. And it's not a fair system, and it's not a good thing to have. But I personally think it's okay to write shit like that way. Because in a way, it is a reflection of the reality. The ugly reality of some societies, if you will. So obviously I haven't read it, so this is me still talking with the benefit of doubt in mind. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've grown up in, you know, not in so much New Zealand, but places like that where, you know, yeah, but I don't disagree, like I said. That's kind of the ugly reality I have kind of noticed with humanity, like, you know. Like, when I grew up, right, I used to think, you know, the more educated you get, the more open-minded you get, the more accepting you would become, because you would understand things better. But I found, like, you know, people are not good at critical thinking and analyzing, especially if it goes against their predetermined or their societal way of thought and culture. It's sad, man. The humanity is lost on some people, no matter what they learn. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Not everyone is capable of it. That's kind of the sad conclusion I've come to. When I see people I thought, you know, or I've seen people who I thought were well educated, well traveled. Not that travel necessarily expands your mind, but it provides you with the opportunity to learn more and more. Like, go hard. I don't know. I'm just going too much IRL there. Never mind. It's too much IRL stuff, what I'm talking about, but regarding your author, the only thing I will say is, I think it's okay for authors to write racist shit, but if he's making you think he's racist, then he's done a bad job at it. Or he really is racist. That would be the two conclusions I would come to. Either he's a bad author or he's kind of fucked up. Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. These forests. I suppose, like, I start to, you know, defend authors, not because I believe that they're in the right. It's just probably my negative bias coming in from people I used to interact with. Who used to come to extreme conclusions, which is a group of people I no longer interact with, but for some reason it's still affecting my discussions, which it should not. To be fair, I don't think I've ever read anything that's too bad. The one thing I'll say is anime or manga, like the class-based shit, is mostly poorly done. I can't speak about light novels, but in it's very poorly done and it's very basic level. Hey, he's from this. Most of the time it amounts to he's from this family, so he's a Chad. What happens, basically, you played Skyrim, right? Or know about Skyrim? The main quest is like you get these powers. You know, like you're Dragonborn, right? You get Dragonborn shouts, right? This game, you're Starborn, and you get Starborn powers. I'm just using one of those. The one I like to use is Personal Atmosphere, which means every time you run, your oxygen gets used up. Basically, it lets me run. I keep running, as I do that a lot. Because every time my oxygen gets used up and the CO2 levels start building up, I can just use my power to reset it. They're herbivores. Nice. Skyrim had shouts though, right? Is it because I'm exterminating alien life? Nah. I'm just doing it because I want to do it. It's not as... you don't get a good outcome out of it, unlike Factorio. There's not a purpose to it. The systems behind the exploration aspect are very poorly done. And the, random generation does not help. One day, man. One day. The thing that put me off about wave defense is you have to launch a rocket. I thought it was just purely wave defense. And I still don't, remember how I launched a rocket. I would still be fumbling around menus a lot, And I still need to do bots and nuclear power. Like I said, I'll play it again at some point, and I will do all the technologies. I need to do nuclear power and artillery. One day, dude. No promises, man. You know what they need is? They need a mobile game, dude. That's like... What was the mode called with the... I talked about it before as well. Running the converter... running the belts. Belt madness? They need to turn that into a mobile game. Biome complete. What am I doing here? Yeah, just have Belt Madness as a mobile game. I think it would do really well. Yeah. I think a lot of people would generally enjoy those puzzles. Or the 5 stages we did, basically. That was Tight Spot, was it? Oh, no. I meant Belt Madness, that routing the belt. Although Tight Spot would make a really good mobile game as well, now that I think about it. Yeah. I think both would work, Tight Spot and Belt Madness. That would be a great advertisement. Yeah. What biome am I missing? It's gonna be wetlands, isn't it? Okay, is this wetlands? 100%. Tropical forest. You ocean 0%. Oh my god, literally ocean? Like whenever I go to see, like, you know, have you ever looked at reviews of old RTS on Steam? It's always a bunch of old people talking about how they're 50 or 60 and how they like playing the game, and they will adjust the settings to their preferred difficulty. I think those people would be prime candidate who would enjoy Factorio, even if they tweak some things. It's just because I like looking at, you know... I want to play a strategy game again, but I haven't, obviously. So I like keep an eye on strategy games out of interest. That's how I know. There are a lot of old people that review them. Factorio would be the ideal game for them, in my opinion. Like, even if they play on even if they start on peaceful, no bugs. But mostly a lot of World War II games and stuff. Especially the World War II strategy, be it turn-based or RTS, have a lot of old people. Which I remember because I always find it super cool. I respect it. That's kind of why it's in my memory. Resources. It's mainly lead, right? Let me go frozen volcanic. Elaborate on that statement. Give me examples. I get the OCD part. If I'm playing, I like to do things my way. In a work environment, I would do the most efficient thing, for example. And I would take on, you know, advice from everyone because it's work, something's at stake. But during gaming, you know, even if I know it's dumb, I kind of like doing my own things. I like it, man. I respect that, dude. That's kind of cool, right? I mean, did I finish the game? I don't think so. Because I didn't research all the technologies. That would have been... I mean, not counting the infinite repeatable ones. Or the scaling ones, but... I launched a rocket, so technically I beat it. That's cool, dude. I find that cool. At least he's having a good time, right? Hey, if there's one thing about this game, I think visually it looks pretty good. The color palette they've gone for with the saturation settings, it's quite nice in different lightings. I need to find the last life sign. I will, yeah, 100% I will play No Man's Sky, dude. Because if I'm not enjoying the inane side of just running around in Starfield just because it's a new planet, or so they say, No Man's Sky would be good for me. Pumpkin spice cake. I will not lie, I don't think I've ever had pumpkin spice flavored stuff. Is it sweet? Because I've heard about, like, you know, Americans, yeah. And it's a proper, you know, a procedural generation game with lots of different systems. Starfield has that bit, but it's not that game, and it's not a full-fledged RPG either, given how much they skimped on the systems. It's just an action game with light elements of everything. That's it. I asked that because literally I've never had pumpkin spice anything. I know Americans like pumpkin spice latte, right? Or it's become a meme at any rate. Then again, to be fair, I don't go to Starbucks. I'll just like my coffee simple. I'll just have a simple cappuccino, that's it. Or if I have iced coffee, I'll just have it simple. Just coffee, milk, and a little bit of sugar. I don't need extra syrups or anything. See, you say that, but I haven't had pumpkin. So I don't know what you mean. I haven't had pumpkin pie. I've eaten pumpkin as a savory ingredient, as a vegetable. Pumpkin is a vegetable, right? Dude, I don't even know. My brain, I wouldn't know. I would think so. It's kind of like squash, right? From a botanist perspective, it's a fruit because it's a product of, yeah, fair enough. The more you learn, dude. Cinnamon bread. Can't say I have. I've had cinnamon, obviously, on various sweets. And, you know, cinnamon is popular topping for coffee, or like, you know. Or, you know, cinnamon on other desserts, but not complete cinnamon. Tell you what, if I find pumpkin spice latte, I'll try it out. Even if it's a supermarket powder, you know. I'll order it. Latte is just a coffee with milk, right? That's what the Italians mean, don't they? Like a cafe latte would be like milk and espresso. That's it. Frothed milk and a shot of espresso or 2 shots of espresso. Frothed milk. That's a latte, essentially. I need to travel. The procedural generation is not. I'll set up a base here though. Fuck, why not? Mountaintop base. Hell yeah, man. Neon. Okay. Oh my god, I don't have iron, bro. Ah. Do I need stuff in my... Do I really need stuff in my inventory to make all this stuff? Dude, that's not gonna happen. Alright, fuck it. So much for outpost building. I was gonna try laying an outpost down, but if I need materials and I am cheating with inventory, but even then, I would need to cheat a lot more. Maybe we should get a mod that make resources weigh nothing. Ah, fuck it, I'll do it in No Man's Sky. An actual proper game built around it. I'll just explore in this game. I'll complete the planet for the sake of completing the planet. What's the easiest cake to make that a child could make? Not easiest, but no, I don't know. Is pumpkin spice that easy? I don't do it a lot anymore, but I make stuff with my niece sometimes. Would a child like cornbread though? Alright bro, calm down. You don't need to, kid. You don't need to get so technical with your terms. I've made cookies from scratch. I say scratch, I mean without using a premix. That's about it. And I tried making banana cookies one time and it turned out like banana bread. To be honest, I still really liked it. I'm mostly asking for my niece, so I can... I'll try making something simple with her. I've already made cookies. Maybe I'll try bread. Do you cook a lot, or not really? What nuts are in it though? Okay, if they're not allergic to it. One of my nieces is allergic to a bunch of stuff. I like walnuts the best as well. I like walnuts, I like almonds, but... What's the recipe? Give it to me, dude. Oh, I'll make it with my niece. Worst case scenario, I'll just leave out the nuts if my niece is allergic. Wait, do you know how to make something strawberry flavored? A strawberry cake or something? They really like their strawberries. I suppose you would have to use it as a jam or cream, though, not as a ingredient, prime ingredient, right? Because of the nature of the fruit. Shortcake. Is it easy to make? Yeah, I'm not doing frostings, and strawberry would be a lot of that. Oh, well, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm not seeing them till New Year anyways, so it's not like there's... Maybe at Christmas, I will say, dude. Yeah, that's a good idea. Make cake and, yeah, put a layer of, yeah, strawberry frosting or cream or something. They'll enjoy that. my Dragonborn powers. Technically, I should go back to questing after I learned that outpost takes resources. At least I can say I've explored a few planets. But it's all good. YouTube's always good for that. Dude. Yeah, I'll go back to tropical forest and try to find a landmark there, if it's not here. You lost me, the rotting bananas. I think I'm okay. No, I get it. People use old soft bananas for a lot of dessert usage. I'll go to that. If it's not what I need, I'm leaving this planet. I thought it was mostly because people making good use of your leftover fruit that's perhaps gone ripened too much. That was literally my idea of it. I had no idea there was a reasoning of taste behind it. Dang, bro. Why? Even if it's true, I don't like handling really soft bananas, so I might skip it. If I buy bananas, I usually end up eating them as is anyways. I rarely let them get too ripe. It's not a fun texture. Yeah, I just mean you can add, you know, yeah. I just wouldn't let them go too soft. That's all I'm saying. Overly ripe bananas is what I'm talking about. I really like bananas, I buy them a lot. I have them as is, or when I used to do oats, I would make them overnight oats using bananas, which was really good. I think it might be the unknown there. Okay, I'll try going to the unknown next. If it's not it, fuck it, I'm leaving. I am leaving. Okay, now this is what I needed. Just fence. Fucking really? Yeah. I might just do cornbread. Like I said, I'm too lazy for it, but it's literally for my nieces. Which will be good. They'll enjoy the process anyways. Or at least the outcome, I hope. When I last tried doing cookies, they weren't old enough to understand what we were doing. Which is a few years ago now. Man, unknown, please be. Yes, there we go. This is what I needed. Alright. I'll go do questing now. I think I've explored enough planets.
Hey, you might want this. Ship's good. Buckle up and let's go. Orbit locked. Ooh, you just look at that view.
I'm making another run out of New Atlantis to get closer to God. We grav jumped to a few different systems. We're lucky to have some pilgrims who have never been off-world. Seeing so many marvels can be a life-changing experience. Space travel is dangerous, but fortunately most ships don't engage us. Whether it's respect for our religious beliefs or the fact that we carry only passengers, I don't know. Have you ever felt something spiritual while traveling the stars? I've jumped dozens of times, and I still don't know I've had the revelation that Keeper Aquilus describes, but I'll keep jumping. I completely agree. It was a pleasure talking with you. We have to be going. But I hope God watches over you out there in the stars.
Tiny tin can of fragile humans has survived being hurtled through space once more.
Level 65. I think I'm making a mistake.
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
Repeating emergency request. Facility crucible requires vital materials to sustain the mission. Transmitting coordinates on Charybdis 3. End of message.
I wonder if Ada's up to anything around here. We've never met, but I've heard about her among the science circle.
Human of unknown origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart. Outsider is not part of plan. End of inquiry. Acknowledging receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived. Oh dear, that's a surprisingly tricky question. I'm probably not the person to answer it, but it is a genuine pleasure to meet you. We see no one, ever. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it portends. The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should talk with him. Most of us are like me, free and unaligned. But there are 3 societies that are oft at odds with one another. The Believers, the Pragmatists, and the Renegades. It would be wise to meet each of them. Franklin leads the Pragmatists. Crucible is a tinderbox, and any spark will set it off. We're still recovering from a deadly conflict that happened 3 years ago. Far fewer of us are here to greet you today because of it. Give it time, and I'm sure the others will come out. For curiosity's sake, if nothing else. I still can't get over you. A visitor.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my resources and download the mod. So, maybe I'll make a new spaceship.
I have something for you.
This is United Colonies Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Alright, we're done. You're cleared to land.
Well, let me get the weightless resources mod.
I have something for you. Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach? Yes, right.
Alright, save. Hopefully it's an easy one. Let's see. Weightless resources. Resources, let me see. Fuck. That's why it's not working. It's hmm. Can let me Install this. Let's see if I post it. Ah. Oh, well, screw it. It is what it is. I'll just do the quiz. With Game Pass version modding, isn't that feasible? I'm getting copper and potatoes.
This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science.
Copper. 150 copper. Oh my god.
Adhere to the mission. Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community. But you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends. You ask a question you already know the answer to. Yes, of course. I have need of you. But if you have a good heart and a quick mind, I am sure you will see my point of view.
No, we most certainly do not. Our relationship with them is a matter of some debate.
Where to begin? Maybe an introduction? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society.
Well, it is gratifying that even after all these years, my name isn't entirely forgot. You see, I was an American president. Well, not literally, but in a sense I was.
Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know.
When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back.
I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider. Is it? I wish I could illuminate you on this, but we are as ignorant of the technology which brought us into being as we are of the outside world. Not at all. I have had occasion to see death more than anyone. When someone dies, all they have accomplished here in Crucible, all of their deeds, thoughts, are gone. And when they come back, they are different, modified. The believers say they are improved. Being reborn can take years, sometimes over a decade. But everyone comes back.
Now there is the question, isn't it? I do not have FDR's memories, but I know every nuance of his life and times.
Well, as much as history records. I confess, I feel an undeniable affinity towards him. But no, I am my own man, but not all of us see it that way.
I could see how confusing this may be, even frustrating. But if it's any consolation, many of us feel the same, and we live here. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and what we should do about it, is something the societies disagree about. Sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatist's position on matters. Well, it is one of the few concrete things we know about Crucible. If you want to truly know about the mission, the believers will tell you all about it. In fact, it can be hard to get them to stop talking about it. After you meet with them, I'll share my position. Please do.
Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with Amanirenas and Genghis Khan.
The mission is a lie, but we have a chance to build a real life here on Crucible.
I would kill for a new slate.
You're the most exciting
anything
thing
at all.
that's happened. Well, ever. You can hear the howls at night. The defenses have told.
Straight once in a while. I just wish the societies could get along.
Welcome to town, stranger. Consider me part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay for a Modest fee, of course. He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that. I'm for whatever side wants to keep the peace. It means that the pragmatists and I are often on the same side of things, but you might be surprised the number of times I've had to ask some of them to back off some nonsense. That's a generous offer. I might take you up on it. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you. It runs hot and cold. During usual times, it's an occasional scuffle, maybe a black eye when an argument gets out of hand, and then a society goes on a rampage and it's tombstone all over. I hope your arrival keeps things on an even keel. Of course. I'm hoping you come back for some repeat business.
Your ship, she's a beauty. It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there? I don't know if that's flattery or curiosity. My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, thrust acceleration vectors and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit. The facility keeps us alive, fed and protected, but they do a terrible job of informing us of anything at all. My guess is the facility thought they might need a pilot one day, but your guess is as good as mine. Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore. I'd happily earn my way. Like I said, a lot of spacefaring know-how has been put in my head. Let's put it to good use, right? You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else? I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them, but I'm going to stay out of it. Listen, I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I just hope you judge me separate. I don't wish harm on anyone. I just want to explore. No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day. Goodbye, outsider.
The renegades will use any means to escape Crucible.
Oak, change is coming. I can feel it.
I hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
You actually came from space.
I just wish the societies could get along. The settled systems needs us. We just need to pass the test.
You can hear the howls at night. The defenses will succeed one day.
I hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
Change is coming.
This seems like one of the Fallout walls, to be honest. It's experimental.
You don't get old on Crucible unless you're smart.
No queries are being answered at this time.
This bubble of ignorance is set to burst. I suppose I am what passes for one here. I have my namesake's education, so I am well versed there. But without any books or treatises from other scientists, my knowledge is limited. Some clones received specialized knowledge, like Amelia. She knows how spacecraft works. So interviewing them has been fantastic for learning more advanced scientific principles. But mainly I conduct experiments, rudimentary as they are. Why yes, Ada Lovelace, at your service. My namesake worked with Charles Babbage, and is widely considered the first female programmer. And to see what our little experiments led to, I only wish Mr. Babbage was here. Uncomfortable, truth be told. The believers are undeniably favored by the facility. Their complex receives food and materials first. When blood is spilt, the facility robots often side with them, and always the arguments and fisticuffs. Most of us just want to live in peace. Farewell, outsider.
Is she a pharaoh? Looks like one.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me.
Let me Google it. Yeah. Kush is... Ah, I see. Nubians. Sudan and Egypt.
In truly ancient times, my land lay south of Egypt, a harsh country. History is enamored of my contemporary Cleopatra, but she would have withered and died had she tried to rule my land. You walk our land a few footsteps and think you know everything. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones that I am a Manirinas for true. The great and the terrible to those who would oppose me. I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. And I can picture all of it. So vividly. It aches my heart. My home. My kingdom. Have you no faith of your own? Something you hold to, even though it cannot be proven. It is the same with me. But I am certain. You speak to a Manirinas, reborn.
Oh, so she's the believers.
You are brave to call me out openly. But that is something I cannot do.
She's just a clone, dude.
It is
she's
enough
not
to
the real
say,
thing.
I am who I am. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the believers? Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems, to bring in a new glorious age, and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed. You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Cush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that? So many scoff at the mission. Before we are reborn here, there are words all of us are told. That we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves. To learn, grow, and thrive. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age? I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years. And no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright. That would be most appreciated. But the problem isn't here in Crucible. Otherwise, we would have fixed it long ago. The facility is another place on this very planet. A place we cannot go. As much as we dream of it. Surely someone, anyone by now would have learned the lessons the facility sought to teach. No, the machines have not aged well. The crises break upon our beach, each one greater than the last. Then listen well, outsider. You must go to the facility. The robots and what drives them is not here. The facility is where they come from. Somewhere far to the east. None of us can travel there. But you can. Go there, please. And see if the facility can be repaired. Then report back to me.
Hey, man, she's... Yeah, I'm not siding with that. It'd be hard to side with the Genghis Khan clone too, I presume. Maybe not. If he wants to destroy the facility, I will listen to him. Let me see if I can go. Hang on, let me see if I can grab a drink.
stranger! Weapons out! They come! There will be blood!
The man from the stars. Come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you. My namesake, yes, a terrible, terrible person. But me, I'm really just a lowly prisoner, stuck on this pitiful planet. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls. I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little, but even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed. The robots taught me many things any Mongol would know. So, hunting game, even such as this, is little challenge to me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones? Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone. None at all. It is as if I were a student of his life and times from an early age. I know so much about him, but that doesn't mean I am him. I am me, and I am content with this. I never really thought about that. Surprising indeed. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day we will be free. I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place for himself, though. A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, "Obey, and it is yours." But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line. If Crucible had not hobbled us, we wouldn't. I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now the robots have made a grave mistake. You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it. Oh yes, you can go 1 or 2 miles from Crucible, and you drop dead. I have no knowledge of medicine, but it's probably poison. It boils my blood to be subjugated like this. But too many of the clones are sheep. As long as their pens are clean and comfortable, they bleat their arguments. Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone? If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve the stars she craves? You know of the facility, yes? Go there and make the machines let us leave. It is not much to ask, and it will set us free.
Yeah, bro. That's extreme. It's less extreme than the Queen, though. Queen's wild.
So, you have heard from the other societies. I must confess I'm very curious what an outsider thought of them, and their positions. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across. A very diplomatic approach. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should lead in a golden age via whatever means they see appropriate. Setting us all loose and Parda as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves. A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict. But if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way. The most likely case is anyone that leaves Crucible would die or silently fail. But if the mission is correct, and they do take over the settled systems, in the course of history, it took millennia to cast out petty tyrants. The way ahead lies not looking to the past to literally guide us, but for this generation to learn from us. The terrible and great figures we represent had their time. We made the most of it. We should be at peace with it. Certainly. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines, learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves, allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation, and to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. We are just not there yet. Do not listen to passion. Genghis can be very persuasive, but he's a fool. In some sense, we are an abomination. A science project made for unknown ends and with uncertain results. Once we are fully human, fully self-reliant, then we should be allowed to join the settled systems. Yes, and not to be indelicate, not for lack of trying. Are we even human in this state? We have no future, only the past. I am sure in time you will. Go to the facility and see what can be done.
Over here! Hey, we need to talk.
I need to go out.
Listen, it's not safe to talk here. It's about Roosevelt. There's something you need to know. Thank you. There's a cave just outside town. No chance of us being listened in on. Please, come as quick as you can. Ideally, before you go to the facility. I'll meet you at the cave.
Oh my god, please don't. Okay, it works. I don't want to destroy this. Is it bugged? Where is he, dude? There he is.
Not here. In the cave.
There he is, he's coming.
Not here. In the cave. 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 Not here. In the... cave. You came. I just can't take a chance. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance. You're just too smart. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer. H.H. Holmes.
I knew it. Actually, I did not expect that at all. Carry on.
He was a deranged lunatic on old Earth. In the 1890s, he owned a hotel. He'd lure people there in this crazy hotel with all sorts of terrible rooms. But I'm not him. You gotta believe me. It's like a living nightmare. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia, you're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me. A few of the old-timers know I used to go by Bill Hickok. I mean, I had to make up a story. I always used to read the dime novels, and I figured I knew enough about Wild Bill and Wyatt to pull it off. I just had no way of knowing what my previous life had picked. So I played dumb. But Roosevelt, he's a crafty one. I just don't... I can wish it a... There's a screwed up honor. I don't want to die. Do you think I'm doing this on a... I don't want to do this.
What was it? Did you see something?
I'm looking for copper. Copper, okay.
Landing site is sufficient. Taking the ship down.
If you need something, I've got you.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Ugh. I'm just gonna give myself copper, dude. Okay, fuck it. Missions, activities. Ideally useful AI output would be that says more about humanity, does it not? I don't know anything about AI, but that just speaks about humanity as a whole. It would be disastrous. I don't... yeah. It would be disastrous, dude.
And because I do not experience manifest, authenticated social interaction. Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged.
We used to wonder if life was unique to our world. Not only is it not, but it seems to take every opportunity to emerge.
Hog. Share it, dude. I'll screenshot it. I'll save it.
I am taking damage. Warning, damage registered.
Yeah, just message it to me. It's alright, I can do the conversions myself. I think we need to get rid of cups, dude. Add one cup. What is a cup? 250 ml, right? But it's like... I fucking hate cup measurements. I'm probably exaggerating. Yeah, I do the same. Same with teaspoon or tablespoon, you know.
What? My arm!
You can just find stuff. I have that too for cups, by the way, but
My favorite part.
I do think it needs to be phased out, but it is what it is.
Watch out. That's going to be meant. See? I've got other things to do.
Sorry, just... Ugh. Maybe this one will work. Please work. No, you do not. You beach. Oh, okay. I think this works.
Looks like some sort of critter lived here. Kinda cozy.
They're all crazy, bro. I think I'll kill them all.
Massive damage. Catastrophic damage.
All yours. I bet that's where those things got in. Probably heard them scratching louder and louder. Then suddenly chaos.
Oh fuck, dude. He just one-shot me. 85. I should have saved. Why didn't I quick save?
Oh, these things have been getting cozy in here for a while. Something bigger than a mouse lives around here, that's for sure.
Damage. All.
May as well, right?
Unable. Repair not possible. Adorable! Bring it! I'm so ready for this. Are you not?
Not like this.
This isn't for some wild alien pie recipe, is it?
Warning. Facility on lockdown. Security override code required to reboot system.
Who do I give the code to, man?
Howdy.
Hey.
Ah, fuck it. I'll give it to Nixon. Roosevelt, sorry.
Amana Renos. She is a curious lady. What? Wait. I know that name. He was infamous. I've been working with Wyatt for years. What happened to him? In his former lives, he claimed to be other people. Bill Hickok, the time before. I thought, well, that the facility was experimenting with him, changing his identity. Now I see he was just afraid. a sadly reasonable response to his situation. He must have been desperate to try something so patently absurd. I suppose we never truly know what's going on in someone else's head. I'll just tell the others that Wyatt had an accident. A fatal one. Best we don't talk of this again. We're not 100% sure, but I have a theory. The facility has been unreliable as long as I've been alive. My guess is that they are historical figures that just didn't get a proper education. Who's to say what Julius Caesar actually looked like, or some modern person of note that we wouldn't even know about? Whoever they are, though, they are as smart and capable as the ones that know their identity. My feelings about my namesake are complicated. He was a great but flawed human being. On one hand, he guided a country through the ravages of depression and war admirably. He tirelessly fought to improve the lives of the poor and disadvantaged. But as a husband, he was unfaithful. And as a colleague, he was a consummate politician, which is sometimes good, often distasteful. He was truly a great man, and I must confess, I am proud to share his heritage. We are unnaturally dependent on the machines of the facility for every aspect of our society. The pragmatists seek to take the reins of power ourselves. We will cultivate, work, and govern for ourselves. Perhaps, once we have demonstrated that we can govern ourselves well, we can try and bring our leadership to the settled systems. But to do so too early, I fear, courts disaster. Nice talking with you.
Why can't I side with the robots, Steve? I suppose the robots just do the programming. They don't really have it. What is the plan?
No queries are being answered at this time.
Or maybe the plan is just let the experiment play out. That's
Who
all the
cares what
robot
sick
programming
experiment
is.
Crucible was designed for? We need.
Hang on, let me make tea. How does that go? Fuck.
to escape.
All beings yearn for freedom without fail, and even the most devout believer drops like a stone a little over a mile out. I know this because we have tried it. Many look at Crucible like it is holy or a potential utopia, but the renegades see it truly. We are the only ones that just want to tear it all down and leave. The mission, the facility, all of it are lies. We deserve a chance to really live. I have no doubt many of us will perish, or be swallowed up by the settled systems with little to show of it. But I just want the chance that every human is born with. You ask a question. It is far to the east. Beyond that, farewell.
I kind of might just go with Genghis. Fuck it, you know.
If you had a life sentence, wouldn't you do anything?
Do not listen to Genghis. He will betray you. There are robots here, but they are not constructed here. The clones also are not born here. The robots bring fresh clones always from the east. That is where their facility. We are the ones who believe in the mission. We are the great minds and leaders of history, who can bring about a new golden... Our numbers are admittedly few, but we make up for it in our community. We just want the machines fixed, so we can pass the test and be allowed to leave Crucible. I am her reborn. It has been a belief of people from the earliest of... When I dream, and I see, I am Queen. Roosevelt and the pragmatists vex us. True, they do help us try and maintain the facility, but they deny the mission. Such hubris. And Genghis and the renegades, they would destroy everything. Clearly, none of them. Until we meet again.
Ah, fuck it. I don't like either of them. I'm going with Genghis.
Roosevelt is the only one that really cares about us as people.
The other societies make me sick.
Clones can die for all I care.
This world is savage.
Genghis, buddy, you're not wrong about this. You don't deserve to be imprisoned. But do you have a plan for your futures after all this, or can you even see through the anger?
Show me. Always this planet has its traps and tricks. The facility sounds even worse than here, if that's possible. So we need the security override code. But there is no such thing in Crucible. But this other ship, the Beagle, now that might have what we need. I did no such thing. Someone that shared my DNA did. But still, he only sought freedom. How was he to know that the planet was plagued with deadly predators? It was clearly an accident. But I blame the prison, not the prisoners. The renegades have all but torn Crucible apart, looking for any tool or way out. The security code. Ada and her star. And she owes me a favor. She will...
Change is coming.
I can feel it.
Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
The others would defile the facility. Goodbye.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her. I've studied the celestial bodies for years. No trace of a spaceship in orbit here or around the other planets. The radio telescope! It has a default position. It resets every morning. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. But perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes, it makes sense. I can send you the coordinates. The Bellstar system is not far. The facility communicates via a secure frequency. When you arrive, tune into that.
Hang on, my parents are calling. Just give me a few minutes. 10 minutes. Dad's calling. Sorry, my dad called. He needed something, dude. Let me see. Hey, PDF, nice. American Freedom Unit. Nah, fuck that shit. Overripe bananas. So you said you didn't taste the difference with overripe bananas and just normally normal level ripe bananas, right? So it's baking flour, brown sugar, butter, eggs, baking soda. Yeah. Ah, fucking Fahrenheit, dude. Oh, I need a muffin tin. Fuck. And large balls at bananas. Yeah, I've done this before, like for the cookies, just the ratios, you know. Oh, I do the same, dude. Honestly, I think they might still taste good with normal bananas. Dude, muffins can't taste bad, dude. The only difference is the overripe bananas, from what they say, might be have a bit more natural sweetness to them. But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm familiar with baking soda. It's fucking. They warned me about that while making cookies. Yeah, no, fuck that. No one has time for that, dude. What's your alternate to walnuts, though? What has a similar flavor to walnut that would work well in a banana muffin? Oh, I'm just asking if because my younger niece might be allergic. She's allergic to a bunch of types of nuts. That's what I mean, right? For myself, I don't care. My older niece, she's alright as well, but my younger one has a bunch of fucking allergies. Yeah, pecans might work. Almonds. I think she's allergic to macadamia for sure. I'll try walnuts. I'll ask her anyways. Yeah. Yeah, the natural flavor of walnuts is better. It's a better contrast. And the texture of walnuts as well is better. Oh yeah, I don't disagree, bro. I like almonds, but almonds wouldn't go well. I don't like almonds in like a muffin. You know, they don't work there. I have them in my oats though. But you know, I will see. I will ask my niece is not allergic to. Then I will go shopping with them, I suppose. See how it turns out. Shouldn't be too bad as long as I follow the instructions to a T. They will work. I have no idea, man. I do not know, you know. I'm not good with, like, allergies, so I don't have much knowledge about how allergies work.
What a ride! Switching grab drive to normal propulsion.
Yeah. Plus, like I said, I don't really like, talking about my IRL, but I grew up in, I grew up in a different place as well with a lot of exposure to different stuff. So maybe that helped as well. But it's interesting how, my younger niece ended up being allergic to so many things, like dairy, a bunch of different types of nuts. Even though my older niece is not, and none of us in our family trees are. Must have skipped a generation or something. You know what? I don't even know how it works, so I'm not going to speculate on why. Walnuts have a lot of calories, though. Not that I care about that thing.
Grab jump complete.
You're running out of time to make the smart decision.
Got them grab drive.
Target's shields are down.
Well, dude, no. I was just saying that out of curiosity. I do not care at all, man. If I cared, I wouldn't be eating muffins, put it that way, I do not care. I do not care. I was just saying it as a fact I learned much later in life. Not that it changed anything. Nah, I like walnuts though. Their texture is quite unique, their taste is quite different. And especially in a muffin or something, when it's heated up, the texture really adds a lot. Really? Fuck, hang on, my dad's calling, bro. Sorry. You have a good night, Token. My dad needs help with a bunch of stuff, dude. Like some paperwork bullshit that I did not. I have to do for him. Have fun, dude. I fucking hate it, man. But, you know, not a fan of paperwork, but it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, yeah. Take care. I'll catch you, man. Bye-bye. Thanks for the recipe. I'll report back after New Year's, probably, when I make it. See ya.